What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Jones at 4K, bringing you guys another Forza Horizon 5 drift tune and build video. Now, in today's video, we're going to be diving into the build of the 2022 Subaru WRX. We're going to be getting to the build of the car, followed by the tune, and then we're going to take it down our favorite mountain and see if we can 3-star the zone and also put down the million points. All right, guys, diving into the build of this car. For the motor choice, we went with the LS 6.2 V8. We made the car rear-wheel drive from all-wheel drive, and we put the twin-screw supercharger on it. For our transmission, we went with the 6-speed race transmission. We went with the race driveline, and then we have the drift differential. On the platform and handling, we have the race brakes. We have the drift springs and dampers. We have the race front roll bar. We have the race rear roll bar. We have a race roll cage. And then we have the race weight reduction. On the aero and appearance, we went with the Aeroflow Dynamics front bumper. We went with the Aeroflow Dynamics rear wing. The Aeroflow Dynamics race rear bumper. And then the Aeroflow Dynamics side skirts. For our tires and rims, we went with the Horizon Semi-Slicks. You could also go with the Hot Wheels Semi-Slicks or just the regular Semi-Slicks. For the front tire width, we have a 255 in the front. And then on the rear, we have a 265 on the rear. For the rim size in the rear, we have 19s in the rear. We also have 19s in the front. For the rim choice, we have the Work Black Label Zeiss BST1s. I really like these wheels a lot, don't judge me. For the front track width, we have it maxed out all the way. And then on the rear, we only have it one selection. For the engine, we have the race intake, the race fuel system, the sport ignition, the race valves, the race camshaft, the race exhaust, the sport engine block, the race pistons, a race supercharger, the race flywheel, race oil and coolant, and then lastly we have the race intercooler. Then diving over to our tune, we have 35 psi in the front with 22.5 psi in the rear. For our gear ratio, we have a 273 final drive, a 300 first gear, a 200 second gear, a 147 third, a 125 fourth, a 109 fifth, and then a 096 sixth gear. Now for our alignment, we have -5 degrees camber in the front with positive 0.2 degrees camber in the rear. For our front toe, we have toe out at 0.1, and then for our rear toe, we have toe in at -1.2. And then for our front caster, we have 3 degrees front caster. For our roll bars, we have 36.20 in the front. And then we have 29.80 in the rear. For our springs, we have a 784-pound spring in the front with a 336-pound spring in the rear. For our ride height, we have the front lifted up 6.2 and in the rear stock at 5.0. For our dampening, we have 11.4 front rebound with a 9.5 rear rebound. And then we have 3.7 bump stiffness in the front and then 3.1 bump stiffness in the rear. For our aero, we took it always down as low as we can go at 189 in the front and then 182 in the rear. For our brake balance, we have it at 80% with a 45% brake pressure. And then lastly, for our differential, we have 100% acceleration and then 10% deceleration. All right, guys, we done made it to the top of the mountain. Let's get some heat into these tires and let's send it downhill. All right, guys, so let's talk a little bit about this Subaru. So at first glance, I had a hard time. At first glance, I had a hard time like liking this car the way it looked, because I was kind of confused on the idea of what they was doing behind the body kit. But the more and more I drove it, I was just like, you know, it's not super terrible. It's not super terrible, and I mean, for a 4-door, it's actually really fun to drive. I don't ask me why, but it's really fun to drive. I had a really good time driving this car. I know I'm way late with this video, absolutely late, man. I've had walking pneumonia for 2 weeks now, man. So I just be kind of like there. You know, like you ever have a just like you wake up every day and you just kind of like there. You don't want to do nothing. Like I know I'm behind with this build, but I've just been sick, man. If I don't cough it up, I got fluid building up in my lungs, or I wouldn't say fluid, but like mucus and stuff building up in my lungs. And it's just not. I run out of breath kind of quickly. And I'm a person who talks a lot. You guys know this. But I've just been I've been slacking. I know I'm behind. I've been slacking, but you guys know this is my normal. I do apologize. But I mean, I built the cars. I have the tunes. You guys know I got the tunes coming, man. I just had a huge lag spike. But I mean, nonetheless, back to this car. I enjoy this car. I enjoy driving this car. This car is fun to drive. I've done a couple little drift sections with this car, and I beat 2 of my drift zones with this car, and which was very surprising because I didn't think that it was actually like that well, but it is. Like I be impressed with myself sometimes, because sometimes I just be like, well, I don't know if, you know, people are gonna like the build, or people are gonna, you know, enjoy the build. But sometimes these cars come out, man, and they actually come out better than I expect. And it also helps that I can put an LS in it. Don't judge me, you guys know what it is. LS the world. It's fun. I mean, the car is absolutely fun to drive for a 4-door oversized. I mean, technically it would be like an oversized rally car. It's fun to drive. I mean, I've had a ball driving this car. I've had a grand time driving this car. Now, it ain't as good as my Camry, you know what I mean? Because I fell in love with that car. Don't ask me why. I just fell in love with it. But this car is pretty up there, man. It's definitely fun to drive. It handles well. It sits well. It sits well on throttle. You can do real good with your 2, 3, 4 gears. There's 1,055,000. It's. I mean, there's not really much I can say about it, man. It surpassed everything that I thought it was going to be. It drives very well. I mean, even in stock form with a little bit, just a little bit of tuning on it, it drives very well. I mean, I put some alignment on it, changed the tire pressure, changed the gears, and I still came out here and I was putting down a million points effortlessly, like with no problem. You know what I mean? This car is actually really enjoyable. I don't know. I got a thing, I got a thing for 4-doors, but this car is just, I don't know, man. I just get to driving it, man. It's beefy, it's big, it's thick, and I just be like, I don't know. I just be cruising, honestly. I really do, man. I be forgetting I'm recording a video sometimes. I just be talking, because some of these cars that come out, man, they're just nice. They're really nice. I did put a poll up and let you guys choose the thumbnail, so I'll be doing that. I appreciate you guys that all participated in that poll. You guys are super dope for that. But guys, that is gonna be it for me. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like on the video. If you didn't enjoy the video, dislike it if you didn't like it. You know what I mean? I understand everybody don't have the same taste, or everybody don't agree with certain things that I do to cars, which is completely understandable, and I respect your opinion. But like I said, I do enjoy you guys, and I appreciate you guys watching the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed. I love you guys, and I'll catch you all in the next one.